Family has been convoluted and complicated. So I'm Italian Catholic, Jewish, from Trenton, New Jersey. So that's an interesting place to start. And the reason that's important is because growing up Catholic, my parents were divorced when I was young, and that was an excommunicable offense, and I was raised by a single mom. So I had an interesting introduction into family where everybody sort of was Ozzie and Harriet and we weren't, and that was a very notable thing. So I had this idea somewhere along the line that I needed to pick up the Ozzie and Harriet, so I did my run at being married and having kids, and it didn't really work all that well for me either. So here I am, a single mom with two kids. I guess there are things that we do that are different and things we do that are the same as other people. One of the things that was really important to me was to not have them feel torn and split between two parents and two households and all of that, which has been marginally successful. I think that I think one of the other big things I learned about family is the difference between what you're born into and what you choose as a family. So my family in a lot of ways never reflected who I felt myself to be. And so it's been a lot of time of figuring out, number one, how to make peace with the family I came into. I came into sort of a very Italian Catholic, heavy-duty racist family, which went against my own kind of sensibilities. And how did I make sense of that? How did I not let white guilt choke me to death? How did I not let the virgin whore dichotomy that I was born into define myself as a sensual and sexual being? So these are all things that I had to walk through. And so when it came time to build my own family, I had a lot of years of those struggles that went into it, and it gave me a chance to build something that was more conscious for my own kids. So I have two girls, 10 and 14, who have a very different set of values than what I was handed, and a very different set of understandings about their body and who they are and how to be in the world and their race and their class and where they come from. So I can say that a lot of my family exploration, I guess, has been around being conscious of kind of what I was handed and how what I was handed fit with who I am, and then creating something that was conscious of the ancestry, but that also changed it and healed it in some really powerful ways. So I think that now what I would say my family is a very powerful making peace with where I come from and being able to be comfortable in the where I come from, and then also creating something that is uniquely mine and uniquely reflects who I am and what I want the future of my family to be. And I'm happy to be in the fulcrum of that. Here's what's weird about my family now. What's weird is that so I'm now a single parent to two girls. I was raised by a single parent, as a girl, and yet everything else has changed. And I think that's interesting, that you can have two external circumstances that look exactly the same, but the experience of those external circumstances can be completely different. And I think that that's what's kind of fascinating. It's that patterns do repeat. I think that we repeat patterns through generations for reasons, like we have opportunities to heal ourselves from generation to generation. And so on one hand I think, well, gee, it's probably not a big mistake that I was handed a very similar situation as the one I grew up in, and then it gave me a chance to kind of heal it and change it and mold it and make it something different and make it something that's healthy and whole and feels good. So I'm actually grateful for that opportunity. So I didn't pull off Ozzie and Harriet, but I think I pulled off something different and perhaps something more powerful and profound for my family. Yeah, karma's a bitch. And we either take it on or, or we stare it down and, dare it to come back another day. And I just decided to take mine on.